Alright, so now we have to fight Labrys hacked, I guess. And this is her at her strongest because she doesn't have the randomness of her persona, of Shadow Labrys, and instead is just, has her own broken persona. And oh boy, broken it is, because gosh dang it, it can be kind of a nuisance to deal with. But you know what? We're just gonna take her down immediately with Brave Blade!
Let's do this.
Sorry, Labrys.
Did it.
Labrys had stopped moving and had fallen to the floor. Now she began standing up, robotically, with jerking motions. She began speaking in that eerie voice again. Maybe speaking is the wrong word, but it's definitely in my head.
My, she was quite easily defeated. Evidently, I didn't push her far enough. Well, she is a test unit, so this is as far as my little game goes.
So whoever's voice this is the one controlling Labrys. From the way he was talking, I could tell that he wasn't serious. He doesn't comprehend how cruel he's being by controlling Labrys like this.
Who are you?
Ah, yes. I have more than enough data now. I should thank you all. Although this didn't work out, you did stay in it to the very end.
Labrys' shadow was only the mastermind of the tournament. I see now. You're the true culprit behind the whole thing.
It hits me when Kirijo-san speaks. That's right! Labrys' shadow split from her after she entered the TV. She merely held the tournament. The shadow couldn't have pushed Labrys in here. Someone else, the culprit, has to exist, or this incident could never have happened.
Indeed. It was I who stole Labrys away. Since I don't have a persona and can't enter a TV, I needed a puppet that could run amok for me. Labrys' persona was only partially awakened, so I had a feeling her shadow would appear if she underwent a little suffering. You got the better of me this time. You deserve to know at least that much.
He admitted it, but his tone was mocking. The culprit is controlling Labrys, somehow from a safe haven outside the TV. No way.
You were using Labrys for your own selfish reasons? That's horrible. She has a heart. Do you even know how much pain Labrys went through?
A heart, Meaningless. Whether or not she has one matters not at all to my plan.
You bastard.
Well then, everyone, until we meet again.
The moment that voice stops, Labrys collapses to the ground, like a puppet being with cut strings. Igus quickly catches her and holds her up, but it looks like she's unconscious.
Damn it.
I really hate myself for celebrating that the case was closed just a few moments ago, but I'm really ticked off at whoever was controlling Labrys. He knew about all of this, but he still manipulated Labrys' heart to do this to her. I'm so angry. I clench my fists so firmly that my nails are digging into my palms. Kirijo-san speaks from behind me.
It seems whoever our adversary is, they're connected to us. I advise you not to get involved in this matter any further. From here on, you should leave this to us.
Huh? Are you telling us to back off from this?
Like I can do that! Whoever's behind this knows that what Labrys had to go through in her past. No, not just a past. He knew what would happen if she was pushed into the TV world. And on top of that, the instant he figured his plan had failed, he comes and controls her directly and makes us fight each other. It's like we're his toys. I'm not letting him get away with that.
I understand how you feel, but this is too dangerous for you. We will do our best to ensure that no harm comes to you. Trust in us and let us work.
Come on. We've gotten involved this far. You think we're just gonna shut up and watch you handle everything? She's probably saying that for our sakes. But how can we live with ourselves if they do all the fighting for us? No way. I can't let that happen. I opened my mouth to really tell her off. But you spoke first.
Guys, let's leave this to them.
Huh? Are you serious?
Look at yourself, Yosuke. You can barely stand.
So he noticed. He was right. After all the fighting I've done today, I'm really beat. I'm sure everyone else is tired too, after being stuck in this world for so long.
Yosuke, let's go back.
You staring at me. Oh, I get it.
I thank you for your understanding. Don't worry, we'll keep you safe.
I'm sorry, Hanamura-san.
Agus bows apologetically. We all look glum, but none of us object. After all, we know that they aren't doing this out of spite. Is this the last we'll see of Labrys? I peek at her face as she lay in Agus-san's arms. Of course, since she's unconscious, I can't talk with her. We thank Kirijo-san and return to our world with heavy hearts. Dang. After returning from the TV, we gathered at the food court, but we didn't really talk much. We split up not long afterwards. After all, we were all pretty darn tired. Heck, G and Rise put their heads on the table and fell asleep. I didn't feel like stopping by anywhere, so I went straight home. And the last thing I can remember was being told dinner was almost ready. The instant I reached my room, I lost consciousness. And then... loud electronic beeps brought me back into wakefulness. I reached out for my alarm clock, but I realized that the beeping wasn't my alarm. It was my cell phone.
Who's calling me this early?
Dang it. I plugged it in. Now I can't reach it while I'm lying down. I rub my eyes tiredly and get up to grab the phone. The caller is a number I don't know.
Hello? Huh?
I was awake instantly. The speaker on the line was someone I never expected to hear from. I take a minute to fix my hair and make a mad dash to the place the caller told me to go. When I reach the designated location, there's something that looks completely out of place here in the countryside. A limo. Holy crud, that's long! It was so long I thought I was seeing things. Yeah, this is definitely no place for a car this awesome.
There he is. What took you so long?
It looks like everyone else is here as well. I ran so hard I almost barfed. I finally made it.
The others were just about to leave.
I made it in time.
I'm glad I could see you before I left.
That's right. Labrys is the one that I called. She wanted to say goodbye before she leaves Inaba. How can I refuse that? Still, I never thought one of them, Labrys especially, would call me. Wait a second.
Did I tell you my cell phone number?
Obtaining the cell phone numbers of ordinary citizens is child's play.
Wait, what?
Holy shit, really? Are you accessing that server thing you mentioned?
The Kirijo group is kinda scary.
I know, right?
I asked if I could come see everyone. I wanted to give everyone a real goodbye.
Labrys looks down bashfully as she speaks. Agus and Kirijo-san are watching her from the limo with smiles on their faces. Man, is this a relief. So Labrys can do things that she wants to. I'm glad she's in a group that lets her have freedom. She really does have a place to belong.
What do you do now? Are you going back to that lab?
No, I decided I'm gonna work with Mitsuru-san and them. I want to do my damnedest to catch whoever used me to bait a trap for you all.
There's no hesitation in her eyes as her strong will glares out. I see. She found what she wants to do.
Sounds like you're ahead of the game.
A reminder of the blank career choice papers still tucked away in my desk. That sense of hassle without direction. The need to keep up appearances. I don't want to handle that. Maybe it is time to face my future. Oh, I'll write down a big dream.
Oh, just talking to myself. I'll let you know when everything's been decided.
Okay. Just make sure you tell me, okay?
Labrys answers my smile with one of her own. Then she stretches out her hand. I take a closer look at them. They're quite delicate. I grab her hand and lift it above her head.
A handshake is so formal. I'll show you what the cool kids do.
I use my hand to open hers. Labrys looks confused, but she lets me move her hand around.
Like this?
Yep, that's it.
Here we go! The clap of our high five echoes through the clear May sky. not to be outdone by me, Chie, Rise, and the rest give Labrys high fives too.
Thank you so much. Yosuke-kun, I won't forget about you. I'm friends with you now, so I'll stay strong.
Labrys begins to tear up, and to hide it, she hurries inside into the limo. Soon after, the limo begins moving quietly down the road. Labrys waves to us from inside the car. Even after the car's gone pretty far, I can still see her waving from inside. She's still waving. Oh, she's still waving! Everyone starts to laugh a little. Did you see us? I can barely make out the car from here. After parting with Labrys, we all ended up hanging out at Janessa's food court. That's right, it's the welcome back party for you we'd completely forgotten about. We could finally get back to business. But still, it feels kind of weird having to welcome back party after having a welcome back party after saying goodbye to someone.
Let's hurry up and do a toast. I only get a 30-minute break.
Huh? You working today?
I can't take much time off during Golden Week. Teddy, you were out without permission a couple days ago, so be ready to pay the price.
No, but that wasn't my fault. You meanie jerk nurse lover.
Oh, speaking of which.
Shh, quiet, you.
How did the conversation go from working to wanking into moves? I don't need them knowing this stuff. There's no time before anyone can ask you what he's talking about. I raised my cup and looked at everyone.
Second time's the charm. Welcome back.
Welcome back, senpai.
After we toast, we all chat carelessly with each other. This is the kind of atmosphere you can only get with the best of friends. But actually, that's not all today. After all, we can't let it end like that.
Ahem. May I have your attention, please? It's time to announce the reason we're all here today.
Isn't it to welcome back Yukon?
You and I trade glances at Yukiko's question. I can see in my partner's eyes that he wants me to do all the talking. You see, we've already talked this out. And now's the time to bring it up.
It's about yesterday's incident. You guys weren't satisfied with how things ended, right?
Of course not. But
So, why not launch our own investigation?
Does that mean...
That's right. The investigation team is back in action.
Oh, now you're talking.
Wait a moment. I thought we were going to leave this to the Kirijo group.
Did I say we wouldn't get involved?
That's right. He only said to leave this to them.
oh, you're right.
Actually, my partner here brought it up first, though I'm with him 100%.
Now that's our sensei.
Yukiko and Teddy jump right on board. On the other hand, the We're Actually Sensible team of Chie, Rise, and Naoto are sitting with their mouths wide open.
You're splitting hairs rather finely there.
It seems that she was definitely not expecting you to be serious weasel logic like this. No matter how I think about it, I just can't let this go. After all we've been through, the villain is still out there, waiting for another chance.
So you're not on board?
I egg her on, and though she looks hesitant at first, she smiles fearlessly.
Of course I am.
I like that smile. That's what a reliable detective should look like.
Thought so. All right then, let's find the real culprit.
Yeah!
Everyone's hands pile up at the middle of the table. Friends are really what you need. Whoa, it's already this late? I look at everybody smiling, and though I'm reluctant to go, I stand up.
Well, I gotta get back to work. Come on, Teddy, let's go.
Who's this Teddy you speak of? I don't know anyone with such a pretty name.
You've got some nerve trying that on me. Sounds like someone wants me to make his next shift a living hell.
Ah! No! But I'm still gonna skip work! I wanna have fun with Nana-chan!
Teddy clasps Ryu's hand and promises to visit the Dojima household tonight. Please, just this one night, he says. That Teddy, don't cause Dojima-san any trouble. Oh well, I know the feeling. I never feel like break time is long enough either. But you know why I'm keeping my cool right now? I begged my dad to give Teddy and me tomorrow off. I just haven't told Teddy yet. Sucker. Yeah, that's right. We can't let this end here. It's still Golden Week.
Party till we drop. This time, for sure. Let's hear it for the following sponsors of our program today.